Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Yamato. So, I hope you guys are ready. Things are gonna be spicy. Now you guys know anytime we jump in Yamato and we show you a video, it's gonna be a good one. Like, Yamato is deadly. And in this one, we're actually joined by Mod Squad Rin, which you guys remember from the last few videos. And none other than Tuna Man himself. So, yeah. I was about to jump off for the night, and Tuna sent me an invite, I think it was, party invite, saying, hey, you want to jump in together? I'm like, hey, well, I mean, I've already got someone, so if you want to have a full division, let's go. And so, the rare achievement of actually having a full division, for me, is pretty interesting. Because it allows for some interesting crossfire opportunities, as long as I'm not the one being focused, which is very rare. It doesn't happen very often. I usually get focused. But in this case, we make a turn early on that kind of takes us away from our team, or at least our division. And while we make this turn, it puts us in a position later in the match that is absolutely juicy. And that Montana, oh my god. He does turn in a little bit, but yeah, we still punched him right in the mouth for 24,000 damage in the first salvo. Good lord. Yeah. And you can see we're kiting away, so we're able to bounce most of the shells in return off the armor. No big deal. Took a couple of thousand damage. Honestly, considering there's a couple of Yamatos and a Montana over there shooting at us, I feel pretty good about how that first salvo went. Now, what is going to happen is that Rin and Tuna are going to get themselves in a position where everybody starts to focus them. And because I turned and kited away, everybody forgets about me. It's kind of weird. But you guys know me. I don't just turn and run away and stay away. Okay? I turn and run away and then come back in a position in which you are not going to have a good time. And so, sure enough, that's what's going to happen in this lobby. They're all going to focus Rin and Tuna, and we're going to be able to get some of the nastiest crossfires that you're ever going to see. And Yami is not going to disappoint. The accuracy that we get out of Yami in this match, you love to see it. Unless, of course, you're on the receiving end, in which case you absolutely hate to see it. And nobody likes to be on the receiving end of an accurate Yami salvo, let alone multiple accurate Yami salvos. Now here, we've got some torpedoes. We knew were coming. We got two destroyers over here on this side of the map, so we do have to be cognizant about that. We lose our propulsion by taking a torpedo on the thickest part of our torpedo protection, which was a little bit annoying, I'm not going to lie. But didn't cause a flood, so, I mean, there's that. Still have no idea how we lost our propulsion there, but whatever. The game made it a thing. So we end up having to burn our damage con because we want to continue to move. Because if we sit still against two destroyers, and oh my god, that's a broadside Iowa. But unfortunately, I think he's going to get behind the island before we get loaded here. Are we going to be able to hit him? No, not yet. We're going to have to wait. Now you can see there's also a cruiser over here. Can't really tell what it is. Maybe Alaska. Yeah, definitely Alaska. We take a shot at the Iowa. Weren't shooting at the Alaska. It kind of looked like we were shooting at the Alaska, but it was definitely the Iowa. And, yeah, I think you can see that that was pretty effective. Now, there is a carrier in this match as well, so not only do we have the two destroyers to worry about, but we also have the carrier trying to drop torps on us, which, at the end of the day, 50% reduction on carrier torpedoes, I mean, those are basically doing nothing. As long as you take them on the belt, you're going to be golden. Now, Iowa did not learn his lesson for sailing broadside on, so look at this accuracy. It's all horizontal, beautiful dispersion, and we darn near dev strike the man. He should have been dead. How he only took one citadel there is beyond me. Those were so perfectly shot that I have no idea how he survived that. But he finally gets the memo that maybe sailing broadside's a bad idea, and then he just continues to sail broadside. Now, I think he starts to turn in here. He takes a shot at us, gets a decent result because we're over-angled, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work out for you. We take pretty much everything that he just healed back off of him, leaving him with just under 6,000 hit points. Now, he's got potential for will to rebuild over there. He's got a couple of destroyers, so we want to finish him off before that becomes a problem, because he's in a very dangerous position for us. We know, as well as anybody, how dangerous it can be for a Iowa or any U.S. battleship to have a broadside of a Yamato. It's not preferable. But Friendly takes him out with torpedoes, and then we are able to put ourselves in a position to look at the broadsides of all of these enemy ships. Now, one of the destroyers did go down, which is huge. And so Alaska sailing broadside out here, starts to think about turning, but just stays broadside. Now Alaska is stupidly broken when it comes to armor. I don't understand how that ship gets overpinned the way it does, but it does. It just does. It doesn't seem to take the damage that everybody else takes. Or at least my Alaska gets citadeled, but everybody else's seems to just take overpins all the time. I don't know what it is. I've hit Alaskas at some funky angles. I've hit them out. Like, you basically want an Alaska to be angled away from you in order to, or turning towards you like this guy is right now, in order to potentially get that raised citadel. And you can see, because he did turn towards me, he raised that citadel, making it a much easier hit. Because the Alaska has a submerged citadel. So, unless you're shooting at extreme ranges, or he makes that kind of a turn, you're not going to get it. Now, obviously, we just dev struck the Alaska, and Mino comes around the corner, and we're like, hello, sunshine. How you doing? Wait for it. Pow! How is he alive? Oh my god, that was perfect. I can't believe he survived that. We only hit him with one shell. They all fell short. What? How did we only get one citadel? They were touching. They were actually touching. I was like, he's dead. There's no way. That was the perfect salvo, but they all fell short, only hitting him with one and getting a citadel out of it. But again, he turns away. He's trying to run, but it's too late. It's just too late. So what should have happened on the first salvo, we get him on the second salvo. And then, just in time for me to be almost loaded again, this other Yami decides to just pull out broadside in front of me and go, what could go wrong? Now, he is angled slightly, but not enough. We are a Yami, and at this angle, we are going to punch straight through that cheek and bust him right in the mouth. Now, he does get a shot at us, doesn't get much out of it, and he actually gets very fortunate. We only took a single penetration there, and he bounced the other two, or shattered the other two shells. But we are going to get loaded here. You can see torpedoes coming from the right. Torpedoes were coming from our left. There's been torpedoes everywhere in this match. We've managed to do a pretty solid job of avoiding at this point. And while we have to keep adjusting our aim to make sure we get something on this guy, we do manage to only score a couple of thousand. We get 10,000 damage off of him. We take a couple of torpedoes to the bow, which is not preferable. Take a flood. Have to use our damage con. But this Yami is screwed. He knows it. He's got Tuna on one side and Rin, and then he's got me waiting for him to come around this corner, and there's nothing he can do. If he sails past this island, he's dead, and he knows it. There's torpedoes heading into that smoke screen, and Alaska manages to punch Yami right in the mouth. And then we've got Kaga over here, who is just begging for it. He's close enough that it could be a problem. We've got torpedoes coming in. We know we're probably going to take these torps, so we just go ahead, take the shot out there, and just hope at this point we don't die. We do die. But we get the shot out, and we punch the Kaga right in the mouth for over 24,000 damage. And that takes us up to 230,000 damage as we die. And yeah, I think that was a pretty solid show of the Yami. We had a couple of opportunities there at the end that we could have done a little bit better, maybe. But getting rid of that Mino was huge. That's a lot of DPM. And then getting a couple of chunks on that Yami right as he gets around the island helps Rin and Tuna get rid of him. And then, of course, everything else, we managed to take all the health off the Kaga, so he was an easy kill. And the Destroyer, he's not going to last very long. So we did everything that we could, and I think you guys probably enjoyed this match quite a bit. It was a fun showcase of what happens when I don't get focused in the Yami, and you get into those positions that you just dream about. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? Do you ever get put into these positions sometimes? 3,300 base XP with Tuna and Mod coming in a nice 4th and 5th on the team. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.